Alright, today we're going to be checking out Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, which is a launch game for the Nintendo Switch 2 that came out on June 5th. The game is a remake of the original Bravely Default that released for the Nintendo 3DS in 2014 for North America, and the Switch 2 release takes the name from what the franchise is called in Japan and uses it for this new global release now. Hey everyone, this is Tim Bowman. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel for other Switch 2 launch games and my website at timbowmanmedia.com for more Switch 2 coverage. There are obviously going to be some early game spoilers in this video, so if you never played it before, just be aware of that. The Switch 2 version features upgraded graphics, an updated user interface, quality of life changes for gameplay, and new online features using the free network connectivity of the Switch 2. There are also 2 brand new minigames added using the console's mouse controls with the Joy-Cons too. So we're going to get into the start of the story here. In this video I'm going to start the game from the beginning, then do a time jump with more stuff unlocked. I'm also going to give my thoughts on the 2 minigames added to this Switch 2 version.
Oh, hello. I see fire in those eyes. How do I put it? They've a strong sense of duty. Like whatever you start, you'll always see through, no matter what. If you'll permit me, there's something I'd very much like to show you. But first, I just need to hear it from you. Say that you'll stay till the very end.
I don't know, these
With
RPGs
that done,
are pretty long,
let's get
so
you on your way.
let's see if I can hang in there, but no promises. So these next several cutscenes are going to introduce the backstory of the 4 main characters and a little bit of the storyline going into the rest of the game.
Can you hear my prayers? Wherever you are. Whoever you are. Please, you must listen! I've no one to turn to now but you! The walls of the world are falling down around us! All of us were fools! Such a base and hateful snare, yet none of us saw it! But now, I cannot abandon my injured friends to death! You who hear my prayer, you who I've yet to meet! If there is still time, yet save them! My friends, this world! I beg of you! Become my warrior of life!
The crystal's glow wanes by the hour.
Its fading light augurs a greater darkness.
Something must be done. Leave all to me. I am Agnes Oblige, servant and vestal to the Crystal of Wind. The crystal's light is mother to all creation, to all life. Purified by the vestal's rites, their incandescence wards the world from disaster. And so I pray, now as ever before, and onward till the years take me. The world! Please! Protect the vessel! Hurry! Let our bodies be her shield! The darkness overflows!
A fine sea breeze. Foretelling its death is a hoax in poor taste. I'm Ringabel, or so they call me. I've no memory, you see. A bit cruel, eh? Still, humor's welcome when you haven't a clue to your past. None save this book. But its pages hold no history, only the future. And more importantly, a woman. We've yet to meet, and I'm in love. My angel of fate. Could she be nearby?
Master Kami Izumi, please do me this honor. One final test of skill. My name is Adia Lee, daughter of the Templar. I take pride in that fact, in my blood. Yet, my father...
You've a long road ahead. Make for Caldisla. The Vestal of Wind has been sighted there. For your father, and for your country, you must apprehend her at all cost. Adia, wear this at your side.
This is your finest blade. Issei no Kami.
I pray it keeps you safe.
Father, I swear that I'll return to you a proven warrior.
I'm Tiz Orier. Watch you don't fall! And that's my brother Till. We're shepherds in the sleepy village of Norende. This is how things had always been, and how they'd be forever after. That's what I'd thought.
Give me your other hand!
Let me go! We'll both fall at this rate!
I'm not losing you ever! Now hurry and give me your hand!
So now we're going to get into the start of the game, which is the intro chapter called On the Precipice of Despair.
Finally awake, are you? You've been out a full week. I serve as captain of the Caldislan Guard. My name is Owen. Can you tell me yours?
Tiz.
You were found unconscious in the ravine near Norende. I take it that was your home? Norende? I must ask you to stay calm. Your village is gone. A great chasm opened in the earth and all of Norende was swallowed up in darkness. You were spared, but the others... Pray, do not think on it now. You need your rest. There will be time for mourning later.
Little fellow's back with us then?
Aye, and all alone in the world. And past that solitude, what? Guilt at surviving? Pitiable lad. The king will be expecting my report. Keep watch on him a while, father.
Alright, so now we have control of the main character, Tiz, and you wake up in the town of Caldisla after the opening sequence where his hometown was destroyed, and most of the cutscenes like that are going to have full voice acting, which is pretty cool. And the cutscenes that we saw at the beginning of the game were the original scenes from the 3DS version, just with updated graphics for the Switch 2. So just going to explore this hotel a bit. As far as I know, there's no new areas or scenes in the game. Everything is taken directly from the 3DS version. So there are in-game achievements that you can unlock. We just got one for finishing the story there. And now you're kind of placed outside the town. Here's an overview of the map area. So the towns are pretty small. I mean, the game was designed for the 3DS, you know, over 10 years ago now. But the art style is really gorgeous. And everything has just been updated for the Switch 2. And that guy in the red hat, he's like a traveling salesman, so you'll see him in other towns and dungeons that sells you items and things like that. Just gonna explore the town a bit. What do you suppose that loud noise was a week ago? It was my hometown getting completely destroyed. So this town has a couple stores of magic items, inventory, and then weapons you can purchase. Some basic stuff here, potions, ailment recovery. And the in-game map in the top right corner tells you where your objective is, so it's pretty straightforward. The towns aren't that big either, so it's kind of pretty clear where you need to go.
Ah, the Norende boy. 'Tis, was it? Owen spoke of you. I offer my deepest regrets for your loss. I cannot ease your pain, but time may. Stay and rest all you need.
Your Highness is so very kind. But my plan is to leave for the village straight away.
Admirable lad, but danger hounds the road to Norende. That gaping maw has drawn beasts of all stripe to it. It's overrun with monsters.
There may be survivors. All the more reason I must go. Someone out there may be waiting for help.
Very well, though it shames me to send you off alone. I'd lend a portion of my guard, but these cursed knights of the Eternian sky are riddling my kingdom with cannonballs.
I'll manage on my own. Thank you, Your Highness.
Do be careful, child, and know that you've a place here when you return.
Again, those cutscenes are just updated to high-definition graphics from the 3DS. So the character models still kind of look off because they were designed for a smaller handheld from like 12 years ago. So they don't really look great, but those haven't really changed over the original version. Here's what some of the options in the main menu looks like. Here's the main character, Tiz. So you start off with only one job, and this game, Bravely Default, is a turn-based RPG where you can assign each character a job. I think there's over 20 jobs available that you unlock through the story. So right now we're pretty basic, just have one job unlocked, but in the future, for defeating bosses and advancing the story, you unlock other job types that can be switched around in combat. So the art style has really held up from the original version, and it looks great on the Switch too, like these towns. But they do feel pretty small, like you can tell it was a 3DS game. So I'm gonna go check out the world map now. The adventure begins. So the jobs do level up, just like the characters do. So you get 2 separate experience points for every battle. And throughout the game you get these tutorial quests that kind of unlock achievements and items that they give you for completing them. And from the main map menu you can save your game anytime you want. Music in the game is fantastic. The music's the same from the original. Sounds awesome. Gonna get into a battle here. So we can't use the game's main 2 features, which are Brave and Default. The game's going to show us how to use those momentarily. So right now we're just doing basic attacks. But with each job you get abilities. So as the freelancer you can examine enemies for their health and weaknesses, and these are permanent. So if you do it for one enemy, seems like for the rest of the game, if you encounter them again, you can always check it during battle, so you don't have to keep doing it each time you fight them. In these early battles I'm doing on the normal speed mode of the battles, but you can fasten those up later on, really rush through them. So see there, you have a experience bar for the character and then for their job. So you get 2 separate points for every battle. Probably gonna have to use a potion because those bats really beat me up. Or maybe I'll just wait. I think I can go back to the town and should be able to rest at the inn instead of wasting a potion. But here's the quest menu. So we have these early tutorial quests. So hunt for random items. Looks like the innkeep has $50 hidden somewhere. Save on the world map and view the battle controls, and then cleared that story part and got some items there. So I can't use any of the magic yet because I don't have the job skill set. You get that a bit later. At least the shopkeep trader has some basic stuff here. Phoenix Downs, antidotes. Probably get some of that to cure poison. Get a couple more potions there. So there's different equipment for weapons, defensive items. Really don't have a lot of money early game, but you do get the currency pretty good in battles. So I got the buckler, that at least increased my defense there. Because that first fight we just went through really took a lot of damage off. It's usually a sign you need better equipment. Even though it's only the first battle in the game that I've gone through, but... Alright, this guy should hook me up with a free bed. You can even see the designs of like the buildings you go into. It's very much like a handheld design or like a retro look to it. Just the scale and scope of them is pretty small. Now I mentioned there was like money somewhere. And you get a Phoenix down if you find it. So I'm just like pressing the button to like check everything here. It's got to be popping up soon. There you go, found it. Now if you go back to the quest menu, for completing it, you're going to get an additional bonus item. So got 1 Phoenix down. So there you can change the battle speed, so we'll try that soon and get an achievement for it as well. There's not much to explore in the towns, at least the beginning city. There's only a couple rooms to go in. I'm gonna save the game. The world map does look kind of clunky, like it didn't really translate well over from the 3DS version. And they didn't really update it either, so it still's got those textures and stuff that looks kind of outdated. So here the game is talking about the two features in combat, Brave and Default. Default is basically defense that builds up BP, which are action points to do moves in combat. And Brave, you can do multiple moves within a same turn. It's just a give and take and strategy of how many BP points you're going to use. If you're going to sacrifice turns in the future to do a bunch now or build those up. So I'm going to do Brave. And I'm going to attack 2 times in a row. Now as you see the menu down there, it says BP is -2, so these enemies are going to get basically extra turns. Select default, it raises your defense, you take less damage, and build up the BP points. So that was more a tutorial battle, there wasn't a real one, but we'll get into some more combat in a bit. So I got 2 BP, so I can do extra turns if I wanted to. So I'm going to use Brave here and do 2 attacks, which didn't need to because the enemy died anyway. So far the dungeons in the game are pretty small. You can clear them in a decent amount of time. Not a lot of real design or details put into the few that I've been in so far. But there are different paths you can take to get treasures and things like that. So it is a really cool battle system so far. I don't really know of too many other games, RPGs that do that, especially back in, 2013, 2014 when this game first came out. So we got some quest updates here. Got some eye drops. So playing the game on TV mode, docked with on a 4K display, it looks pretty good, but again, some of the character models and stuff don't look super great because it's just rezzed up from a 3DS game. But looks really good in handheld mode too. It feels more like a handheld game to me, but going between docked and handheld mode, both played pretty well. No performance issues. I'm gonna examine these enemies so I can get their stats. So it tells you their health, their weakness, and that'll stay with you for the rest of the game. You don't have to keep doing it every battle, as I mentioned earlier, for some of the controls for the game. Using the default in Brave, once you start getting used to the game, just switching with the left and right buttons. L and R makes the battles go by a lot quicker. See if I can use another ability. We really don't have anything else. So I'm just going to attack a couple times again. It took me a little bit to get used to the battle system. First I was kind of slow at it, but after a few hours I adjusted and kind of started playing around with the different kind of ways you can approach each situation. Especially when you have a full party of 4 members, there's a lot of different ways you can fight. You know, have certain characters, maybe go all out attacking and somebody as a backup for defense and curing. So far I've finished all these tutorial quests, got all the bonus rewards. Right now the game's encounter rate is at 100%, so the baseline, but you can actually change that in the future as low as 50% and then up to 200%. And then playing the added minigames in this remaster, you can actually unlock an items that lower the encounter rate to 0 or even 400%, so depending on how you want to play the game. And right now this battle speed is at just the baseline. I haven't sped it up yet. Still trying to just get used to the combat. Enemies do a lot of damage. I think it's because, you know, my equipment's pretty bad, but also they're just constantly attacking you. something I've noticed compared to maybe other RPGs I've played. Yeah, I'm gonna need to use a potion, because I'm getting whooped here. So there's this merchant guy. Usually if you see him, that means something's gonna go down. Boss fight or something. So you can save your game with him. He's got items you can buy later on. And of course, immediately I've been thrown into a battle. So just using defaults, I built up over 3 BP. So I can do several attacks in a row with that. You can do the brave attacks in a row anyway, you're just not going to be able to take turns for a while. So it just depends on how you want to approach a battle. Well, I already gained 3 levels, so, or 2 levels actually, so that's a lot. So his hometown is completely gone. It says like swallowed by darkness, but that thing is like totally destroyed. It's not coming back.
Can you hear my prayers? Wherever you are, whoever you are. Can you see the wound torn open before me? Please. Let the walls of the world collapse no further. Let me be strong enough to stem this flood.
You there. If you know something, tell me, please. What caused that chasm? Did anyone else survive? Surely at least a few others. I need information. Anything. My parents were there. My friends. Everyone. Just living their normal, boring lives. I won't accept that all those lives have ended. Not without a search.
You alone survived. I am sorry.
So in cutscenes, you kind of really notice like the character designs, like their mouths and faces don't really look great in this upgrade, but It's just taken over from the 3DS version.
I found you! You've been found! I've the eyes of a hawk! And the nose of 7 wolves!
Seven wolves that wasted the last week sniffing at dead ends. Now stop yapping and go fetch.
I know, woman! And I take no orders from you! No orders!
An Eternian airship?
The Sky Knights! I thought I'd covered my trail. Go, now! It's me they want.
What? Why?
I'll not involve an innocent bystander.
Cannon fire? This is madness! This way!
What?
Alright, we got our second party member. Agnes from the intro cutscene. So she also starts as a freelancer, so she has no other abilities or special attacks yet. So I did increase the battle speed a bit there to twice the speed. You do notice like a major difference between, you know, base speed, twice the speed, and 4 times the speed.
Quit darting about! Taking covers for the weak! Stand your ground! There are only 2 tactics a real warrior needs. Frontal assault and death by frontal assault!
Listen to yourself in a froth over a little girl. I'm so very tired of talk. Now, are any of you man enough to go down there and get her?
Yes, ma'am. Leave it to me.
Good boy. Bring her back, and I may just reward you. But be quick about it. I'm opening fire as soon as I forget about you. And I have a short memory for dawdlers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, some of the dialogue in the game is
This boy
definitely
has nothing to do with me.
betrays
Let him
the
go.
kid-looking characters. It's like very like adult
They don't
jokes.
seem like the type to listen. Here they come!
So since I used Braved with Tiz, I can do the examination ability and also attack. And it shows me there the soldier has 39 health left. So Agnes starts at level 1 Freelancer. I think some of the other characters, depending on when you get them, they're a bit more leveled up.
Yes! Yes! Body clashing against body, muscle against muscle. This is real combat. Oh, my heart, woman, how it races!
Yes, lovely. Though I'll grant the boy does handle himself well. I'm less bored than I was a moment ago. Whereas you lot are a massive disappointment. Honestly, are there no men here capable of a satisfying performance?
On my way, ma'am! Not again!
So I just boosted up the combat speed here, just to make it go faster. As I played the game more, I kind of settled in at like twice the combat speed. I felt like 4 times the speed was like way too fast, especially during like boss fights, where you might miss something or not have like a full grasp of what's going on.
Gunners, steady on! Keep firing! Fire till you've nothing left!
We've nothing left, Captain.
What? We're spent? Already?
Isn't that always the way when you're all passion and no finesse? The great Barris Lair, quickest cannon in Eternia.
The 2 deadliest guns ever made are still right here. Where steel fails, muscle never falters. Show them what the Sky Knights are made of, boys. Get down there and frontal assault.
Yes, sir! Clingier than ticks!
So if you see like the battle now, it was set. Put it back to normal, but I might switch it again, speed it up. So the archer, I think, is a little stronger than the swordsman. Certainly more annoying. Later on, they shoot poisonous darts at you, which gives you poison to use the antidote. You can switch the combat speed just using the right analog stick. So all the in-game combat switching stuff, like the speed and using Brave and default, they're pretty easy to use in combat, pretty fluidly. Eventually, with these like more simpler enemies, I just would use Brave like 4 times in a row, just to like rush through the battles. If I kind of already knew their patterns and their weaknesses and stuff, but for the first encounters, I would take my time.
Weak and flabby. I'll go myself. I must. How my blood surges, how it longs to smash things!
Like our airship? You're the only one who can steer this boat, you dumb ox.
Holly White! Must you dash all of my dreams? Fine, you go get it.
Me? Go crawling down in the dirt like a filthy henchman? In these white robes? Please. Now turn us around and let's be off. There will be plenty of time to play with her again once we've resupplied.
All of my dreams, Holly White.
So Bravely Default has this party chat feature, like outside of cutscenes, where randomly, like, characters will have like these side conversations. There's no like voiceovers, just like text on the screen. So she's still in your party, so she didn't leave. You can still battle with her.
I still haven't gotten your name, miss. Mine's Tis Orier.
Agnes. Agnes Oblige. And I'm Airy. It's a pleasure.
Look! A miniature monster!
Ugh! Rude! I am not a miniature monster. I am a Christ fairy. Fire, water, wind, earth. 4 crystals. 4 pillars of the world. Agnes is the Vestal of Wind. She tends the wind crystal.
Vestal of Wind?
Priestess, bride, and servant to the crystals. A weaver of prayers who ensures their eternal glow. The Vestal's rites purify the crystals, warding the world from natural disaster.
The crystals reveal the way to the Vestals, and the Vestals pass that on to the people. They guide the world.
In times past, perhaps, but now the crystals go forgotten, and the Vestals with them.
And what purpose should bring a Vestal here?
That chasm. A week prior, at the same time, the ground parted here. The crystal of wind was consumed by an unnatural darkness. The crystals are the source of all life and all energy in the world. Our lands, our seas, and all that inhabit them exist through the crystal's bounty. They sustain us. But a foul corruption has overtaken them. The wind lies still, and the oceans rot. Fire runs wild, and the earth, well... At this rate, the world will be shrouded in a darkness fit to blot out all life from existence. I had to see the chasm for myself.
What is it? What caused the ground to fall?
I do not know. But I do know how to unmake it and stop the coming dark. I must hurry back to Ancheim. Come, Aerie, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute!
Just another party chat popped up. There's a lot of these in the game, especially like right after a cutscene. The Miracle Man, Tiz. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but Tiz has like one of the worst names in an RPG that I can remember. Mr. Tiz. I've read a lot of people compare the storyline in this game to something like Final Fantasy, and it really does have like a Final Fantasy style story to it, especially like the older Final Fantasies. And it's Square Enix. This game was actually started out as a sequel to a Final Fantasy spin-off that was on the DS, so it kind of makes sense that this became its own game, but
do you mean to
borrows
say
heavily from Final
you'll
Fantasy.
repair that giant hole?
I will do what only I am able. Purify the crystals and release them from the darkness. Once this blight has been purged from all 4 of the world's crystals, order will be restored. It is the only way.
Vestals have been pouring their prayers into the crystals for generations. Agnes is going to release all that at once. The flood of light that comes out of them should be more than enough to wipe that big hole off the map.
I can't even imagine. Agnes, please, let me help you.
My task is not your concern.
It is my concern. The chasm, it just swallowed up my village, my family, my friends. I lived the same routine all my life, and that was just stolen from me in an instant. I'll not allow anyone else to suffer the same. I'll do anything. Anything you need. Please, you're a light. My ray of hope. And I want to help.
Well, Agnes?
I cannot accept. This burden is mine alone, and alone is how I'll see it done.
But why? Please!
I shall see you back to the city, and there our paths will part. You are not meant to carry this load.
And another party chat. So Agnes is very reluctant to join your party. But that'll change soon. So I just split up the battle speed to 2 times just to get through these enemies as we get out of the dungeon.
What's that pendant you wear?
This? It was given to me by someone special. It's something of a lucky charm.
A lucky charm? That's charming. Sorry, that sounded daft. It's very pretty. It suits you.
So in this remaster of Bravely Default, you can play with real friends from your Nintendo Switch online, but you can also meet players. In the original game on 3DS, you would meet random people in your game through the Street Pass feature, which used to be a thing, it still is, but used to be a thing where you can connect locally with random 3DS people, like if you were on a train or at a convention, their Street Pass character would come into your system. And Bravely Default on the 3DS used that feature to bring in characters for your attacks and help build your town again. So passing souls is what they're called in this game. So the Switch 2 version doesn't use Street Pass anymore, obviously, because that was a 3DS feature, but now it just uses online connectivity to get random characters of real players into your game. So that's one of the bigger changes over the original. The towns that you go into, like when you have this overview of them, they look really great. Like the art style is awesome. But we're back in the beginning town now. Probably not going to be able to do much because it's nighttime, but here's one of the passing souls that you get in the town. So now they're going to be on my friends list here. So in the menu, you can go to this friends section. You can have like real friends, you know, and then guests. So under guests, you can meet these passing souls and bring them in for attacks. And they also add as a villager in your town that you're rebuilding. And there'll be all sorts of different levels and stuff. I've gotten like one person that's got like a crazy attack power. But a lot of them you do come across are like your level. You can change your icon game card. And also the comment that you do. I don't know what I would put here, but yeah, don't put your social security number into Bravely Default so other people can steal your identity. What should I put? I think I'm just going to leave it. I can't think of anything clever. So that's the first passing souls you get. You can hold up to 20 of them. And if there's like special guests that you encounter that like really great attack power or stuff like that, you can lock their character in the guest list. There's another one in the town. It's kind of a cool feature. I think the 3DS version was a lot better with the Street Pass, because Street Pass was such a fun feature, especially if you're out in public or just going around town or at a convention or something like that. There was like so many Street Pass characters you would get from other people. So the second guest I got is a similar attack power to the first person. So like I figured, the king's asleep. You're a strange one visiting the palace at this hour. So I'm just gonna head back probably to the inn. Have the day pass. Got an achievement unlocked for meeting my first passing souls. Now I should be able to meet the king, unless he's not a morning person. King kind of looks like Santa Claus a bit.
Ah, 'tis. Good to see you safely returned. What of Norende? I take it from your grim countenance, our fears were confirmed.
It is gone, but not forgotten, Your Highness. I'm prepared to rebuild it. It will take time, but Norende will recover.
Well spoken, lad. I shall support the effort however I can. Take this. It will serve as a token of your new office as chairman of the restoration effort.
It's an honor. Your Highness, isn't there any way to drive the Eternian military from the borders of your kingdom?
'Tis.
Ah, they've been a curse upon us all of late. And never more than this last week. They're in a lather over this search for the Wind Vestal. I've no clue what has them so desperate, but they've begun making bold threats. They've berthed their ships at the lake southwest of us with cannons trained on the city. I fear our own ships cannot fly as long as they've our people at gunpoint. It galls me, but there's little I can do.
Your Highness, I offer my humblest apology for the ordeal I have forced upon your kingdom. I am Agnes Oblige, the Vestal of Wind.
You!
I shall resolve the matter. I give you my word, I will cause you no further grief.
Will you? Yes, that would be... But wait a moment.
You need worry on the matter no further, Your Highness. Farewell.
Wait! I'm coming too!
So you can check out the rebuilding process of Norende at any point in the game. And here's another party chat. Trying to figure out how to access this menu. You have to use the directional pad on the Switch 2 Pro controller. There you go. So this is the Norende rebuilding menu. And the way that you increase the villager count is through those passing souls that you encounter in every town. So when you start rebuilding these parts of the village, that merchant salesman that we came across in the dungeon and in town, he'll sell the items that are for sale here, and you'll get special equipment and different appearance outfits, and even, like I said before, get an item to lower the encounter rate to 0 or up to 400%. And each time you assign a job, it takes a certain amount of time. But for this, we'll get a potion and a traveling item. It's not really like 10 hours gameplay time, like in real life. So I'm not really sure how it's calculated. Because they do complete a lot faster than the designated time period that it shows you on the screen. But it's a cool feature. I like it. Especially as you get more passing souls and are able to build more out in the village.
Agnes!
It's kind of like a cool
I have a
side part
plan.
of the game.
A good one. Get captured. Then they'll take you aboard their airship. That's your ticket across the sea.
It's true that no ships can sail upon the ocean now that it's rotted.
You can't really mean to. Agnes, they'll kill you!
I'll not ask you again. Leave us. You are too eager to meddle in the affairs of others. Farewell.
Agnes, wait! That road leads to the graveyard. It's a dead end.
Which way is the lake?
It seems you've need of a guide. At least let me show you the way there.
Unacceptable.
I think it's a grand idea. It could take weeks with Agnes' sense of direction.
Airy? Very well. Then I ask you to serve as our guide. Only as a guide. And only as far as the lake. Is that clear?
As a crystal. Leave it to me.
So one of the running jokes early on is how bad Agnes's sense of direction is. And Tiz is really persistent about wanting to accompany her everywhere. And she just like doesn't want him there, but he keeps like pushing for it. It's probably time I got some new weapons and equipment for defense. Got a decent amount of money now. A lot of the weapons too, especially as you get more into the game, are ranked for each player. So like this buckler is a B rating based on their job, and different job equips will have like higher rated sections for certain weapons. But early on in the game you're just basically equipping anything that can give you higher stats, but later on you can really start playing around with it to get the highest rating, which I think is like an S rating. And like I said, different jobs will have different equipment that suits it better. can also hold 2 weapons at the same time, but then it lowers your defense a lot, so it's just a strategy of how you want to play the game. I prefer to keep a defensive item and then an offensive one in the other arm, but you can play the game with 2 weapons equipped at the same time. Alright, that should make a big difference for the upcoming battles now that I have proper defense and better attack weapons. So now we're gonna head towards the lake. There's gonna be a boss fight.
Done! Done! We've supplies to last a fortnight! Cannonballs to rain iron on Caldisla for a week straight!
Seems we've been saved the effort. Have a look below.
Oh, the Vestal's come to us! Planning a frontal assault, is she? I like it! So help me, Holly, I'm going in myself this time! Don't try to stop me!
I don't suppose I've much choice. I'll join you. Let's be done with her and back to the villa already. I'm liable to go on a killing spree if I don't get a proper shower soon.
Watch the ship, boys!
Aye, sir!
To battle! White! Give us a fitting arena! Monk Bear's lair enters the ring!
This blue light. What's happening?
A part of the Asterisk's power, boy! You know where to run. Not till I'm finished with you!
I'd say we're already finished here. I'm not breaking a sweat if it's not absolutely necessary.
What? I live for fighting, woman! Let me have this! My heart's fuse is lit! You can't unlight my heart fuse!
Ugh, must you always shout? Daft or loud, man? Pick one! I take it you've come to surrender, girl. You've caused more than enough hassle already.
I understand that. I've no intention of resisting.
Lovely. She speaks sense.
What? No soul-searing combat? No white-knuckled fisticuffs? No smashing?
Pipe down! Or will it take my boot on your throat? Now, come along, Vestal. I'll see you're well taken care of.
I thank you for seeing me here, Tiz. I expect we will not meet again.
Agnes, wait! You can't go just yet! You, Sky Knight, will you promise me she won't be mistreated?
I've said it once. I plan to take care of her myself. I'll see the beatings aren't fatal.
Beatings! Finally! Count me in!
What?
She's dragged us all across this backwater for weeks. Surely I'm entitled to vent my frustrations. But fear not. I'll see she's brought back from the brink each time. Though I fear my magic won't keep the girl's mind intact.
Are you listening to this, Agnes? I told you before.
Tiz, I'm not...
You're my hope. I'll not hand you over to these monsters.
Ah, you. So passionate, so sincere, so thoroughly stupid. Ugh, it's enough to make me retch. This maudlin display's gone long enough! Ferris, show these starry-eyed brats what they're up against!
Yes! Finally the duel begins! On with the punching!
Alright, so this boss fight is against 2 people here. I actually had like trouble with this fight because you'll see in a bit, but I couldn't. It was like an endless loop of like curing until I kind of figured out a strategy to defeat him, but a little bit annoying. Some of the boss fights especially, they'll just like keep looping attacks. And until you overpower them with the Brave and start doing some major damage, you're kind of just stuck in a loop. Try to summon one of the friends that I had, maybe. Let's see, their attack power is pretty low, though. So their character's now in the battle for 1 turn, and they did 23 damage, nothing major. But if you had a character that had super high attack or really powerful ability or whatever they have assigned to it, it could really be a game changer in battle. So these 2 bosses have increased their physical attack due to special abilities. So it's going to take a bit to take them down. So far, I'm just staying in my BP limit, especially against the boss fights until you kind of figure out their attack style. I don't want to be exposed too long and not be able to use health items or defense. The battle music in this game is like incredible. It's really fantastic, which is carried over from the original 3DS game, but the music is really top-notch. The composer of the Bravely Default's franchise's music is a Japanese composer who also did the theme song for the Attack on Titan anime. also the music's really, really awesome. Another issue too with this early boss fight, I don't have any magic abilities, which definitely come into play later on, because each enemy seems to have their weakness to a certain elemental damage. So when you're just stuck doing straight physical attacks, you gotta rely on the Brave system. But then she has Cure, so she's curing her partner there, and you just self-inflicted a bunch of damage, which helped, but that Cure gets really annoying. Because when you have Cure on your own team, it uses MP that drains, but she just keeps... this boss fight seemed to keep using Cure with, like, no stop to it. So he just, like, took himself out, which was stupid, but great for us. Plus she has this protect spell, which is really raising her defense when I only have physical attacks to use. So I'm going to try to use the Brave multiple attacks to wind her down. She's got 33 health, so instead of doing that one attack, I kind of learned later I should have just done like a bunch of Brave attacks just to finish her off, because then she used Cure again. And it's like this never-ending loop of just healing. So I just like sped up the battle here because just to kind of get through this. It doesn't tell you their MP bar, but I don't know if bosses have like unlimited MP or what's the deal because they just keep using the same attacks. So I get close and then she kept using Cure. So again, another Cure. But I learned later to kind of play with the Brave option a little bit more. But at this point it's kind of tough because you only have 2 characters and you only have physical attacks. So this fight went on a bit longer than I anticipated. I started to think like maybe you can't beat this boss and you're supposed to just lose, so they kidnap Agnes and advance the story, but you can't actually defeat her. You just have to really lean into that Brave attack power. I was trying to figure out what else can I throw at her because I only have like 2 attacks basically. So she did Cure again right when I was about to attack her multiple times. Yeah, I did not enjoy this boss fight. It's not great. The other few that I've encountered so far are a lot better in terms of the design of that, or I just completely suck at RPGs, but still trying to figure out the game's combat system. This fight's a little annoying. So now I just sped it up 4 speed because I'm like sick of this. I was really expecting her to just run out of MP, but she just kept using Cure. So even after I did it, she did cure again. So I'm like, what is this gonna take to finally beat this boss? I'm trying to run from the fight. Maybe you're supposed to run away. You can't. I also could have been under-leveled too, but I don't think so. I gained a couple levels to this fight, did buy new equipment. So I was kind of getting to my wit's end during this fight, but it's going to be ending soon. I think I just got lucky, basically. So now I almost lost this fight. I'm like, this is crazy. I finally got her. I think I just got lucky there, spamming the brave attacks, but yeah, I just thought that was a pretty cheap fight. And I lost out on leveling up Agnes because she is out. Also leveled up the job, so now I'm freelancer level 2. Learned a new move called Treat, which is going to be a self-healing ability. So when you beat bosses, you get these items called asterisks, which are the jobs of the bosses that you fought that you can equip onto any character. So a monk is a brute strength attacker, high HP and physical attack, and stats toward attacking and abilities of that nature. Unfortunately, you do not do that much damage when you go first to monk. I think I was just even trying to figure out how do I get out of this menu here. I didn't see that B button in the bottom right corner to close the menu. And when you equip a new job, it also changes your character's appearance. It's also got a white mage asterisk. You beat 2 separate bosses. So now I finally get that cure ability. Fortunately, I can't spam it because you just run out of MP.
Agnes, are you hurt? I'm glad I was able to stop you.
Tis... I was naive. I swore I would involve no others in my journey. The task I face is mine as Vestal, and mine alone. Yet I was afraid. When faced with capture, I wavered. I had thought I'd steeled myself to face any peril, to withstand any pain. But had I faced those two alone, I'd have faltered. My journey would have ended in a cell, or worse. I am grateful to you, Tiz, and grateful for you. Will you join me? I would like you to join me.
I did that a while back, silly. It's no surprise. I have it on very good authority. I'm the eager to meddle type.
Tiz, I thank you.
That just leaves the problem of how we're crossing the sea. We need to get you to Ancheim, don't we?
I have another plan. This one's better still. If riding their ship as a captive's out, why not as a captain?
You want us to steal an airship? Though, if we did manage it...
We've no way of knowing where it went.
Let's head back to the city for now. We can ask around there.
So yeah, the game just explaining to you how to get new jobs, which are earned from defeating those bosses. I'm gonna go ahead and get into those and equip one on Tiz. I'm gonna make him the monk. And I'll put the white mage on Agnes. She seems like more geared towards magic abilities anyway, just based on her baseline stats. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So these abilities and job commands you can set up the more you level up your jobs and their skills. So you can effectively use 2 different jobs abilities during battle. Save the game here, it's been a while. So let's look at the first part of Bravely Default HD Remaster through the end of the first chapter, basically. Really enjoying the game. I had never played Bravely Default before, didn't really know much about the franchise. Never saw too much of the 3DS version, so I think they did a really good job for first-time players to this series. It's a lot of fun, and in a moment I'm going to jump into later in the game with more characters and abilities unlocked, so stay tuned. So now we're in Chapter 2 of Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. At this point I'm about close to 7 hours into the story. Have all 4 of the main characters in my party. 2 of the additional characters are a guy named Ringabel who has amnesia, but also has a book that can predict the future and all the happenings that are going on with the party. And the other character is a woman named Medea, who was part of the Swirl Knight family and left them after seeing how they were causing all this destruction. So in this part of the video, I'm just going to get into more of the features that start to unlock the more you play the game. Right here you can see the full party menu of the 4 characters. I'm going to kind of run down some of the new stuff that you didn't have at the beginning of the game. And I'll look at the jobs. So right now I have 5 jobs unlocked, and with Tiz I'm using the monk job, which is at level 4 right now. I also have white mage, black mage, and knight. And again, you get all these from beating bosses in the game. Kind of have given each character their own job. Haven't really doubled up yet. But these are some of the abilities that you get the more you level up. And it's a pretty long list of special abilities and attacks, and they take a long time to level up, at least at this point in the game. I've done a little bit of grinding, but not too much. It's only level 4 right now, and there's still a bunch more moves. But each job's kind of the stats change depending on what you have equipped. Here's kind of the weapon levels, stats, and if you kind of go through the list here, like, stats go up and down depending on what job you have equipped. So for Tiz, I kind of wanted to go for more of a physical character. So I didn't really want to go with the mages yet. Knight was okay, but then the HP is down a lot. And with Agnes, I have the white mage I'm leveling up currently, but also I was using the black mage for the offensive attacks. So currently at white magic level 2, trying to work towards level 3 to unlock more powerful white spells. Just takes a while to get all of them. So level 3 white magic, you can start to use Cura and then Revive. Should be really helpful. And each ability list has 14 levels to it looks like. Or 14 abilities. So at some point, if there's over 20 jobs in the game, you're probably going to have to grind them out, maybe using the fast battle system where you can speed everything up and then increase the encounter rate to, 200%, 400%. Was using Black Mage for a while so I can get the offensive attacks. A lot of the bosses, you just really need to do magic on them at this point, at least from my experience, because that does a lot of the damage. Even to like normal enemies, because its physical attacks take forever. So the job system is pretty detailed, but you can also just play the game pretty simple and just equip a job and do attacks and stuff. But there's a lot of different ways you can play through the combat scenarios. With Dia, I made her a knight. When I got her earlier in the game, her attack power was a lot higher than the other characters, and she was doing a lot of damage. So I just kind of went with knight to continue that. The knight's basically kind of like a physical defense and physical offense character. Specialty is protect ally. Can do different damage effects and damage rates. So I only have 5 jobs so far, but deeper you get into story, you're going to get all sorts of different job styles that you can combine. There's only 4 characters too, so you're going to really have to pick and choose. So with Ring a Bell, I kind of went with a monk for him too. Probably until I get a different job system, I'll give him something else. But his stats kind of go Strength goes way down with the mage. You can look at their abilities here. So in Bravely Default, you can have a main job equipped, but also a secondary one that you've already kind of been leveling up. And then equip special skills that are tied to those job abilities and use those as well. So for Monk, support ability, HP 10% up. And then the job command is off of the Freelancer, so I can use all those special attacks still in battle. But I would be leveling up the Monk instead of the Freelance ability, because the Monk is my primary job that I've equipped to this specific character. So that's kind of cool. It's going to come in handy later in the game because there's going to be so many jobs that you're going to want to use certain attacks or magic abilities. So I kind of like this model. It's pretty cool. And for her, I have the main ability is the White Mage, but I also the support is Black Magic. And hers is raise magic defense, raise arms aptitude for rods. That will increase her rod ability to the S rank, which I believe is the highest rank for stats of that nature. So I don't have a lot of support abilities yet. I'm assuming you get more as the game goes on and you're leveling up the jobs, but a lot of these jobs I'm only like level 3 or 4 max, so I only have a few abilities. I was probably thinking of at some point having another character do White Mage just to have a backup for, or at least Black Mage too, have a backup for magic. So I'll probably give it to her, to Adia. She has some support abilities. There's one, discover the number of unopened treasure chests. And then with the Knight, hold 2 weapons, raise physical defense by 10%, so that's pretty good. And then the last character I need to fix up is Ring a Bell. So I got him as the main job as the Monk. Trying to see, I think some of these are either tied to certain characters or just tied to everybody, but he's level 3 Monk and didn't really do anything else with him besides the Freelancer, which you start out with. So I only got really one ability left with him. And that's Divine Rod. The Monk ability too, I don't know, like some of their special attacks suck in battles, so I'm just kind of waiting for new jobs to open up. I'll just probably switch out both characters. Yeah, it kind of seems like you can only equip one ability to each character, but I'm going to give him Divining Rod so you can see the number of unopened treasure chests. The treasure chests so far have been pretty easy to find. There's been some where there's like a locked blue treasure chest in some of the dungeons, and I don't know where the keys are for those. But here's some of the equipment I'm using, as well as the stats so far. And if you go to the special here, these are special moves that you can perform in battle. and also unlock more of them through rebuilding the town in the game of town of Norende, so you can unlock more special attacks. And these have special requirements that you need to hit in battle. So this one is like use magic 10 times, and then you can do it. Rejuvenation, heal 10 times. So I haven't really used specials too much. And if I get them, I just save them for like a more important battle. So Grand Strike, attack all. Hack and slash, attack 1. All allies get increased. So when you do a special attack, the character doing the action either attacks an enemy or does something special, but then the entire party gets some sort of status boost or defense up or some kind of benefit. So I don't have a lot of special abilities yet. Still kind of going through the game at this point. And you can get, I believe you can get new abilities, special abilities by set parts you see on the menu there, which are created in the town you're rebuilding. Just setting up the specials for these characters. Again, I really haven't used these in battles too much. I don't think I'm really meeting the requirements yet. It's like, you know, like for rejuvenation, healing 10 times. Just so what the characters look like, where I'm at now with stats. And here's the friends list. So the game gives you like a friend bot that you can summon. And also the passing souls that you meet in town, so are guests. So I have several here. A lot of them are pretty weak, but I got some really good people. That's pretty good. Power 324. And you can see the other players' stats, how long they played the game. A lot of these people haven't played too long. This is probably my best one. This person's played 35 hours. Over 4,000 maximum power. So that was a great character to find. And those are friends that you can summon into battle once per attack. Change the icon here. I don't know who like most of these characters are, but like barely have faces. I'm gonna go with the cat that looks like a cat. So even my power is pretty weak. Power 34. So if somebody summoned me, they'd probably be disappointed because I'm not really gonna help much. This is a ability link that you link to you can link with one of your friends. Haven't really got into this part of the game yet, or experimented with this yet. Some of the game settings. Here's the magic that I've bought and unlocked so far. So black magic's mostly for the offensive, and white magic is kind of healing spells and stuff. So this is another area in the game, an island that I landed on. You do get an airship in the first chapter. Here's a battle. So I have all 4 party members. And I've pretty much set the battle speed at twice as fast. I feel that's a pretty good speed for me. I'm gonna try out this martial arts. Just to show you. Strong strike. I don't really care for the monk ability. Let's do black magic. So they're weak to ice. So I'm gonna use blizzard. Her knight special attack is powerful attack with no defense. And do another strong strike with the monk. So yeah, black magic does a ton of damage. And I'm just gonna like maybe spam the brave setting. So yeah, basically level 13 with everybody. Feels like you're constantly getting negative status effects from battle, so I'm poisoned right now. So I gotta go in the menu and heal. Gonna use her poison ability. And here is the airship that you get in the game. So this is where it kind of really looks like a old 3DS game. They really didn't update this too much. Feels like it can fly or swim in the air, or fly in the air or swim in the water. Kind of go around the map. Some parts of the waters you can't land in yet because of the effect of the storyline and the crystals being in darkness. I'm gonna swim back, dock again. Kind of go around here. Now we're in another battle. I don't know how enemies get the upper hand on you because they don't appear on the map, so they just somehow get first attack on you. Just annoying. See where her special is. Piercing bolt, attack 1, magic attack up for all enemies. Let's try that out. I'm poisoned again already. So far a lot of the enemies do poison you. It's a common status effect.
You end here!
Special cutscene there. So the status effect for all the party lasts until the end of the battle. And one of them's almost dead. These are both weak to fire. Since they're weak to getting burned, I'm going to light them up twice in a row. And with a lot of these battles and random encounters, I just use Brave. I just spam it up to 4 times. Attack 4 times in a row. So that's take care of those. And on S, just leveled up to level 13. So if you're grinding out, you do get a decent experience and money per battle. And a cool thing I like is you can cure everybody from your magic menu, and it only takes up the cost of the MP one time. So this is the second town that you encounter in the game. It's a town in the desert that is used to use the wind crystal for production. Just found another person here, passing souls. But this town used to use the wind crystal for production, and everything's now at a standstill because the wind crystal's out of commission. Really cool art style there for the town when you zoom out. I'm gonna check out that friend that we just got under the guests. Oh, it's a pretty good one. 668 power. Using the thief command. I'm gonna protect that one and keep it in my guest list so they don't get lost or erased. Here's some of the new spells you can get in Chapter 2. I'm currently broke, so I can't buy any of these, but I would be able to use them. Can't use these last three, Slow, Regen, and Quake, because I don't have the job unlocked yet. Which I'm assuming I'll get from this chapter's boss fight if they're selling those magic items there. This is the King's Castle. It's a pretty cool design. The kind of upscaled or whatever they did with the graphics from the 3DS version looks really good in the game. Looks really good in handheld mode too on the Switch 2. So not a huge open world, but the towns and the rooms do have a lot of detail put into them. Looks really clean and sharp. If you go look up videos of the 3DS version, it's like, it's a big jump because the 3DS version looks all blurry and old and stuff, so that was the other storyline town that we're in. And gonna check out some of the quests. Finished more of these tutorial quests that these unlock more as you kind of keep playing the game. So one was rearrange your party. This is looking for hidden passages. And look through Dee's journal. Dee's journal is the book that Ringabel has. It's got like a giant letter D on it. And he doesn't know how he got the book or even his own memory of who he is. These are more of the in-game achievements. There's really a lot to do in the game. I feel like it would take you a really long time to get most of this stuff done. As far as getting all the achievements and leveling up the jobs. You can check out our town here, Norende. So the village population increased by 1 because we met a passing soul in the town we just visited. And Cape Parts shop complete. So a lot of this stuff I should be able to buy soon from the traveling merchant. As far as I know, you don't actually visit Norende. It's just all this stuff is in this map menu, and then whatever you unlock gets put into the traveling merchant's inventory. Compounds available, I'm not really sure what you use from those. And you also get like random gifts for leveling up these places. So my town currently has 14 people. have 11 of them that are free to build stuff. Just kind of trying to do special moves, get those unlocked. But if I have a spare person, I just put them on whatever's open. Like one of those on this map says it takes 34 hours to finish, but that's crazy because I haven't even played the game that long. So I'm still not sure how they're calculating the time for this stuff. But it does not take 34 hours real gameplay time to finish leveling up these areas. It's kind of what the map looks like of Norende. So I like this feature, it's pretty cool. Especially how they've updated it to find random players in the towns and then they count towards like individuals in your village. This says it takes like 99 hours to do. I don't even know what this is. Rigid Craig. But yeah, I do like that town building aspect. That's really cool. And here's Dee's journal, which basically keeps track of like literally everything in the game. It's a huge knowledge center of everything you encounter. You can rewatch cutscenes, replay party chats. There's a bunch of party chats already, and I'm only in chapter 2. Got notes on everybody you encounter in the game, people, locations, ring a bell. This first character here. Clearly a man of high morals. So you can spend a lot of time in this journal just reading about the game. There's just a ton of information inside of this thing. So that's really cool. Keeps a list of all the items you in the game, weapons, your percentage of how much you've unlocked or encountered. So that's a bestiary. Everybody's encounters so far. Bosses, the undead. So if you're one of those people that loves completing things and collecting stuff, like this whole journal is probably the aspect for you because there's a lot to fill in. So far I've only fought 2 boss fights. Or no, 3 boss fights actually. You do get combat bonuses for meeting certain requirements consecutively in battle. Just unlocked this because I looked through the journal. And here is where you can basically put the battles on complete auto and not even really play the game yourself. You can just get through the battles completely automated. Because if you're in a certain area in the game and you know the enemy's type, you can just set up commands and just run through that. This is what the overall world map looks like. So it seems like there's a lot to explore. And I'm only on the second area in the game. Once I got the airship, so. Can also make sets. I haven't really messed around with that yet. So that's another look at more of the deeper gameplay you can get into once the game starts going. And now I'm going to get into the 2 all-new mini-games that were added to this Switch 2 version of the game. And those are accessible from the main menu. And you have to just get out of the story mode and access those here. So for these 2 mini-games, you can only play them with the new Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. You can't use the controller at all. And what you do is attach the mouse piece to it, and you have to play them on a flat surface. I don't have any game footage captured because I had to play these 2 in tabletop mode with the Switch 2 out of docked, because I just didn't have a surface to use the mouse controls. But the 2 minigames here are Luxendeer Rhythm Catch and then Ring a Bell's Panic Cruise. The Rhythm Catch is just like a music minigame where you kind of move the Joy-Cons through different goals as music from the game plays. We're going to see the menu here in a bit. So these mini-games aren't really super deep. There's only, a handful of stages in each mode. And you can select what the character looks like based on the jobs that they currently have unlocked. So these I have to unlock by playing more of the story mode, clearing chapter 3. So it's going to be a while till I can play those. So you just really move the Joy-Cons through different music motions using the left and right mouse keys at the same time. It's pretty simple. I'm sure the later stages get a lot harder. Minigame's fun. It's not something you're going to play a lot. A lot of this stuff links into the main storyline. So you unlock tokens that can be swapped out for items in the story from a certain vendor. So I'm assuming you have to grind these out a bit to get a number of tokens. And then this Ring a Bell's Panic Cruise is really... it felt complicated when I was playing it because it was a little bit hard to get used to using both Joy-Cons on a flat surface and pilot a ship. So you gotta move the ship through rings and then move it up and down as well. And then also be pulling levers on the screen, and characters are telling you to do stuff at the same time as you're trying to fly. So it did feel pretty complicated. So they might tell you to blow a whistle twice or hit some switches or while you're flying, so you have to use one of the Joy-Cons to do that and maintain the altitude or direction of the ship. So this one's a lot more detailed than the rhythm dancing game so far, but there's only really a couple stages here. I can only play like one of them right now. You have to do ship repairs at the same time. Swap bugs that appear on your window. So Definitely a lot going on screen, and it did take me a bit to kind of adjust to the mouse pad movements, or the mouse, Joy-Con mouse movements. Kind of feels totally random that this JRPG is using Nintendo's mouse keys, but you know, it's not a major part of the game, it's a side thing. You're not really going to play this a long time. I do have to see how bad you have to grind out though to get the game items, but it's not something you're going to keep, you know, wanting to play long term. So you can do battles, shoot ships, and apparently dragons. So I only have one level unlocked, and there's only 2 other stages to do. Definitely takes some time to adjust. But you have to play it on a flat surface, so you need a desk or maybe you have a coffee table or something. It's not going to work just putting it on your couch or something. You really need to have those laid out. So those are the 2 new mini games. Kind of an interesting feature. Feels random to put them in the game, but there they are. So that's going to do it for this look at Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster on the Switch 2. I'm really enjoying the game so far. I do really like the combat system. I feel some of the kind of unique aspects to it, like the Brave and the Default selections and the way you can speed up battles is pretty unique. The story is interesting. At first I was kind of like iffy on it, but as you play more, the characters start to grow on you. The game's writing is pretty funny, so especially kind of the dialogue between the characters. The Switch 2 version, it's a nice upgrade over the 3DS game. You know, that game is 12, 13 years old at this point. So this edition on the Switch 2 is a great way for new players to jump in. I think fans of the franchise will enjoy it as well. But definitely for newcomers like myself, it's a great package. Game's $40, so it's not like a really full price retail game. It still is essentially like a handheld 3DS game, just looking a lot better. But the full voice acting is impressive. The kind of the dialogue, again, the battle system is really interesting. Holds up very well. So definitely looking forward to continue playing it. I'm going to hopefully try to beat it at some point this year, but we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, be sure to check out my YouTube channel for other Switch 2 games, and my website at timbowmanmedia.com for more Switch 2 launch coverage. And thanks again for watching this video.